What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Matan from Eldritch Gaming coming at you with a brand new deck profile. We are here today with my best friend John. John, how are you?
Hey everyone, Ace Curious here. Ready to start showing off the 2021 format with a little bit of fun.
And John, what deck are you showing us today?
We're showing our boys True Draco.
Oh boy. Guys, be very well prepared. You're about to see the most amazing Draco build you'll ever notice in your entire lives.
Or just the return of the original.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so
Any shoutouts before we get into the profile?
I'm going to do a couple shoutouts actually.
Alright.
One of them is to the D&K group on Facebook. We're just a group that likes to have fun and sell some cards. Also have some jokes. And also like to shout out to actually one of my boys that gave me some cards that are actually in this deck, and that is Dakota Hill. He actually helped me get 3 of the cards I needed for this deck to make it all that better.
Okay.
Alright, so let's begin.
Alright, let's see it.
So, of course, we start off with 3 Ignis Heat.
Yep.
3 Majesty Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 Dynamite of Fate.
Alright, so explain to me why 3 of each instead of like 3 and 2 of the maidens.
Seeing as we only have a Dynamite at 1, we need more cards that can cycle out other cards.
Yeah.
So with effects of Ignis to allow you to bring out the spell cards, the Majesty Maiden to bring out the monsters, you can constantly get into your Dynamite, you can constantly get into your Ignis, you can constantly get out more cards to actually flood the field and overpower your opponent.
Yeah.
And with the spell cards, which I'll show you later, they have parts of the combos that allow you to get other cards out and allow you to disrupt the gameplay.
Makes sense. Now, John, do you think this will ever come back to 3?
God, I can only hope. Even if it doesn't come back.
I know there's one card you want back.
Nope. As much as everyone says Masterpiece should be coming back, honestly...
You don't think it's going to, eh?
I don't think it should.
Why is that?
It's a great card. It has a lot of negate ability, but there are other cards like it in the game currently, and I can get those cards out a lot easier than I can get out Masterpiece. Even if it's at 3, I already have a card that's at 3 that I can just sit there and be like, oh, now it's negate to all. Yeah. Then you can negate all effects.
Makes sense, yeah.
Okay, so as we all know, along with the Draco cards, you need 3 Inspector Borders.
Where are the secrets?
I ended up trading those off. Giving those off back to the owner because
oh boy,
he needed them for his deck.
Oh, okay.
So I'm running my ultras for now. As we all know, Inspector Border is if you're going first, pop it on the field. It negates your opponent's effects. Sounds good. Is a walking hell no to most decks out there, including decks that run Dragoon.
And I think that includes mine.
That does include Cyber Dragons.
Yeah. Oh yeah, guys. By the way, if you guys do want to talk to John about his deck or anything like that, feel free to follow him on Twitch, and
feel free to message in the comments. I will message back.
Yeah. And
if you want to find me on Twitch, it'll be Ace Curios at twitch.tv.
All right. There you go, guys.
All right. Now for spell cards.
Oh, lovely. Here we go.
We have to start off with the 3 Pots of Duality.
Of course.
I'm running the French versions because I do like my French supers. And that is a big thank you to one of my boys in the group that actually came through with these and was able to sell them to me.
Awesome.
I'm not going to shout out names because, well, I don't know if they want names to be dropped.
Look how beautiful this looks, guys. That's French.
Carte Magica.
John, aren't you part French
No.
yourself?
No.
Oh yeah, you're half Greek.
I'm every other part of Europe.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then we have 3 Heritage.
Yep.
And 3 Disciples. Which Disciples is for shuffling back 3 Draco or True King cards from your deck. From your graveyard to your deck, and then drawing 1 card. Heritage is if you end up you draw equal number of cards that are True Draco or True King, monster spell or traps that are sent from the graveyard that turn. So you can draw up to X amount of cards depending on how much you send to the graveyard. You have 1 Draconic Diagram because it is probably one of the best field cards for your deck.
Yeah, and which I think should come back to 3. Which is probably never going to happen, but...
All your true Draco cards go up by 300 attack and defense. And what you can do is the first time you tribute summon a Draco monster that would be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not destroyed. Once per turn, you can also send one other card with this as a target to destroy it, and then bring out a true Draco card from your deck.
Sounds good.
2, Mystic Mines.
Oh, God.
The other...
This is one card I know. I do apologize for those of you Mystic Mine haters. I do apologize. I know this is one card I shouldn't have on my channel, but unfortunately, I kind of have to.
It is the other no bueno card for the deck. A lot of people hate it. You can run it at 3. I like running it at 2 because I like to get my Draconic Diagram out a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's not that bad of a card for...
Now, would you ever play it at 3, or...
If they ever got rid of Draconic Diagram, then yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah, and John, face the cards towards me.
No worries.
Okay.
I am running 1 card of Demise.
Which also needs to come back to 3. Let's go, Konami. The card is not that broken. You can bring it back to 3.
Having this card at 1 is actually viable for a lot of decks. As much as we need it back at 3,
yeah,
I think it would be a little more... It would be a great card to have at 3, but... It ends up being problematic for certain decks, and
in a way, I can see where you're coming from with that. Actually, yeah, especially if it's played in Sky Strikers.
Oh, it's that problematic deck right there. I also play 1 Upstart Goblin.
Of course,
draw
to make
power.
it 39 cards.
No, it's just draw power.
Yeah,
it's just draw power, and then of course 1 Monarch Stormforth. Now I could play 3. I do like my 1 just because when I do pull it, it usually comes in clutch to out things like Dragoon and other cards like...
So, explain how Monarch Stormforth outs Dragoon.
Okay, so Dragoon is immune to targeting effects.
Yes.
With Monarch Stormforth, it is a non-targeting effect card. So you actually play it. They can negate it if they choose to negate it. But when you don't negate it, what you can do if they don't negate it, what you can do is you activate it, and then you tribute off their Dragoon to summon out a true Draco monster, and it completely changes the gameplay because now they don't have their big boss monster on the board.
Makes sense. Now, John, can you explain to our viewers that don't know what Dragoon does? Can you explain to them how Dragoon works?
So, the way people are getting out Dragoon right now, currently, is Verte Anaconda with his effect to the card Red Eyes Fusion. Don't do that.
Okay.
Red Eyes Fusion, which allows you to activate Red Eyes Fusion effect through Verte Anaconda, and you tribute off Dark Magician and Red Eyes Dragon, Red Eyes B Dragon, or Red Eyes Black Dragon, whatever you want to call it, straight out to bring out Dragoon. It is a great card in the effects that it is immune to targetable effects, and also has a built-in negate and destroy of 1 card that is activated. So normally you would use it on something that's really problematic, like for example Stormforth. If they use it, you want to get rid of it so it doesn't negate your. You can negate it and it doesn't get rid of your monster.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so that's Dragoon, guys.
So that's the spells.
Yeah.
Now into the traps. Now this is where you actually have a lot more fun trying to stop your opponents. So you have your 3 Apocalypse.
Oh, God.
And your 3 True King's Return. Thank God Konami brought it back to 3.
Guys, these are 6 cards I hate about True Draco, and I especially hate especially when it's being played against me.
So, fun fact about the Apocalypse and Return is they both have effects that allow you to inherently use their effects on each other. So you can target one of the. So when you target one with Apocalypse, so if you target something with Apocalypse, you can tribute off another True Draco card that includes the spells or traps or the monsters, and then you can gain. So all your opponent's monsters become half their attack and defense. So basically, you can punch over them.
Yeah.
But when you activate it, let's say you get a return, the return effect in Graveyard is to pop a monster.
Yeah.
The second effect for Apocalypse is you can bring out a True Draco monster from your hand to your field during your opponent's turn. Now for True King, on the other hand, its effects are if you have a True Draco monster or True King monster in your graveyard, you can bring it back to the field in defense position. The second effect is the same actually as Apocalypse, where you can pop it to special summon a monster onto your side, special summon a Draco or a True King monster onto your side of the field during your opponent's turn. By popping this card, then it gets this great effect where you pop it and destroy a monster on your opponent's side of the field.
Sounds good.
Next, because we need to we need to stop more cards.
Oh boy.
There can only be one.
Oh,
Each
Lord.
player can only control one type of each monster. For True Draco, that actually does hurt us, but
Oh, good news is this card doesn't pose a threat to my deck, because all my cards are all one type.
you
They're all
only
machines.
you can only control one monster of each type. You can only have one machine at a time.
Oh, okay. So it does fuck up my deck. Never mind.
Yeah.
Excuse my French, guys. Sorry.
Don't mind the French. If a player controls 2 or more monsters of the same type, they must send some to the graveyard, so they can only control no more than one of each type, which is very problematic for a lot of decks. Cyber Dragon being one of them. I know Altergeist had an issue with it because
Oh, big
spellcasters-
time. And I should know from experience.
The amount of times it's been used.
I played Ultrageist against True Dracos. Bad matchup. There can only be one. Fucked my deck royally.
Yeah.
Again, excuse my language. I do apologize. Kids,
Monster.
if you're watching this is not for you. This is not rated G.
This is more rated G than anything else, than anything you play on than any of the games you play like Fortnite.
Is that what I think it is?
Monarchs Erupt.
Oh god.
Activate this card. It will negate all the effects on the board of face-up monsters on the field.
Yeah.
While those monsters are face-up, but it will not negate tribute summon monsters. So what you do is you tribute out Draco monster, flip this, and now what happens? They can't negate it. They are not negated, but your opponent's monsters are negated. This allows you to inherently get around the problematic cards. Again, Dragoon being the biggest problematic card that we currently have in the format.
Unfortunately. And that's coming from someone who actually plays the card.
Yeah. 2 Waterfall of the Dragon Souls. Mm-hmm. Now, this card actually is probably one of my favorite cards for this deck because it is a trap card that allows you to add a worm monster from your deck to your hand. Mm-hmm. So when you're on your opponent's turn and you know you have a face-down trap card that is a Apocalypse or a Return of the King, you sit there and go, well then, I'll flip this first to bring back my card. As long as I don't have Dragoon on the board, because fuck that card, and it's negate effect. You flip this up, you get one worm. You usually choose Dynamite if you don't have it in your hand.
Does this target?
It does not target.
So how would this be a threat towards Dragoon?
No, it's not a threat towards Dragoon. Dragoon has an effect, its final effect, which is once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can discard one card and negate the activation of the card that's being used and destroy that card.
Oh, okay.
So
Sounds about right.
So it will get rid of this card, but it's always good to have it on. It's always good to have at least 1 or 2 in your deck, so you can actually get out your cards. And since that's a hard once per turn, it goes around it. Mm-hmm. Now the other card that I like to play because it's a little bit more fun against certain decks that like to summon more than twice a turn. Summon limit. I play it at 1.
That I'm surprised you don't play at 2 or 3.
You should be playing at 2 or 3. I played at 1 because I like my deck being at 40, and I don't want to have to take out anything that is actually useful in the deck. Since True King's Return...
So can't you go 41 and just play 2?
No. I like to have 40 because then I can see all my cards and actually get through combos and plays and stuff like that.
Makes sense.
And this
50 cards is not for everybody.
This is my number 1 card that if I do pull it, a lot of my opponents sit there and go, well, there goes my whole combo because I can't get out everything I want to do in 1 turn.
Makes sense, yeah.
Because after you get up to 2, it stops.
Yeah. Sounds right.
The other thing that it actually has, if you actually read it a little better, is negate summon count towards this limit, negate cards and effects that would summon summon do not count.
Yeah.
So if you have if you had a card that's negated, it can't activate its negated effect. You can't summon.
By the way, guys, there is no extra deck to this. This is a non-extra deck Draco deck.
I don't play. I can play Draco extra deck. I just choose not to. And one of the cards in my side deck actually is more for extra deck Draco, but it's also my card to overpower Dragoon.
And guys, if anybody that's following me wants to learn how to play True Draco, he's the man to come see, because John has been playing this deck for how long now? How many years, John?
Since it actually was first announced back in Zodiac just after Zodiac Formant, I actually started getting into Draco. I didn't fully play it. I actually just liked the cards, so I collect it and then sold it.
So if anybody wants to learn how to play this deck, message John on Twitch, or you can even find him on the DNK group. So a quick shout out to DNK. So you can message him on DNK group and shoot him a message, and I'm sure he'll be more than gladly to help you guys out.
You also have two other people you can also look up. So one of the other True Draco, as I call it, so there's 3 True Draco Masters, and I learned a lot of the stuff from playing with those guys. One is Nico Constantikas. He's
yes. Shout outs to you, Nico.
Topped so many events with that deck, and the other person that's topped a lot of events with this deck is none other than Team Samurai X1. That is one of the only shoutouts he's going to get from me for a long time, because this man gets enough shoutouts from everyone.
Yeah, pretty much. Shout out to you, Sam.
Yeah, thank you, Team Samurai X1, for double checking my deck and going, wait, what the fuck? At YCS Niagara. Okay, now on to the side deck.
Oh, you guys are about to see the most broken side deck on the face of the earth.
So we're going to start off with the monsters from the side deck. Now,
Yes.
I have 4 monsters in here that, well, one will go without context. The other 3 will be a questionable card. But I play 3 Red Time Re-Emitter.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
Revival emitters.
There is no not loving this card.
So this card
Is so good.
This card is basically a Book of Moon,
Yeah.
but you can target 2 cards on your opponent's side of the field. Sorry, let me rephrase that. 1 card on your side of the field, 1 card on your opponent's side of the field. But if you have no cards, it just targets your opponent. So it's a Book of Moon Ghost Girl that comes out onto your field
Pretty much.
for flipping down one of your opponent's monsters.
That's one of the cards
Again,
I love.
This card is actually another thing that outs Dragoon for one reason.
And unfortunately, I cannot play it in my side deck.
Because you can actually stop it from being face up. You can flip it face down, special summon this, and special summon this. Is it stoppable by the effect? Yes. But when you're activating from the hand, I don't know if that actually targets the hand effects as well. But if it does, cool. If not, well,
it is what it is.
There's 3 of those.
Yep.
1 Metaltron 12, the True Draco Combatant. Reason for this card. It is a 3K beast.
Sorry, guys. My camera just almost fell.
It's a 3K beast stick. How to bring it out is you actually need to have 1 of each trap, spell, and monster.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It's a tribute to summon it out. But then once you summon it out, it's untargetable by all 3.
So, John, why aren't you maining this instead of siding it?
I cite it mainly because there are times where it's necessary and times where it's not, and it's mostly for the extra deck Draco build because of its effect. Which I'm gonna explain the effect to you a little bit better. When this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon 1 Earth, Wind, Fire, or Water card from your extra deck onto the field. That's why extra deck Draco. This is like amazing for extra deck Draco, but I play it in the main deck. I play in the side deck because if I'm having a troubling time against certain cards, I can actually bring it out and it will beat over those cards.
Okay.
On top of that, since I'm tributing a spell, a trap, and a monster, I can also use Monarch Stormforth
Yep.
as well as my spell and trap, and tribute off their monster as my third one to bring out that monster. So it automatically just gets rid of my other problematics cards.
Yep.
All right. I have one Harpy's Feather Duster.
Yep.
We all know why. It's just good.
You need it.
It's good background clear. I have one Imperial Order because who doesn't want to negate spells in 2021?
I could think of a few people, but I'm not gonna say names right now.
I also run 2 Mind Drains.
Yep.
Now this card is personally one of my favorite drains because for 1,000 life points, you negate the effect of monster effects that are in the hand.
Oh yeah, this is what negates my hand traps.
This negates all hand traps. This ultimately includes its monster effects only. So
Activate this card by paying 1,000 life points. Effects of monsters in hand cannot be activated.
So your Ash, your Ogre, your DD Crow, your Droll, your whatever hand trap that's a monster.
Oh yeah,
it's non-existent.
FYI, guys, just for those of you that are unaware of this, this includes impermanence.
It actually doesn't include impermanence, guys. It does, as it does say, it's monster effects in hand.
Oh, so it's wait a minute. Impermanence is technically a monster in hand, isn't it? Because
No.
you're activating it from hand.
It's considered a trap card in hand.
Okay,
So it can't.
Never mind.
So it doesn't out the fact that you have an imperm.
Yeah.
But if you can get that imperm in your hand, that's your only saving grace.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Soul Drain, because I do not like effects in the grave or that are banished. So we're gonna pay 1,000 life points to stop those two.
Okay, sounds good. I would not want to be on the other end of that.
Spell Fragrance, anti-spell fragrance, because of course we still don't like spell cards.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So each person's gonna have to set them instead of activating them from their right when they have them in their hand.
Yeah.
Imperial Iron Wall, because I
God.
don't like you banishing your monsters. That's going at you PK decks. That's going at you just about every deck that.
Also,
involves
Cyber
banishing.
Dragons, technically. No, wait, Cyber Dragons don't banish
No.
anything.
So Diatron. So Diatron does have effects for I believe it's Graveyard or Banish. No.
Dretron does?
Yes.
Oh.
Imperial Iron Wall says no to you.
Pretty much.
I'm currently on loan of these, even though they are temporarily in my side deck for obvious reasons. Imperms, it's just a nice little negate. I can use them in my deck, but I can use them in my side deck, but they're temporary because I don't know if I want to use them or something else. Now for the fun final card,
Which is?
Trickstar Reincarnation.
Oh, yeah. The fun one.
Shout out to the cardboard. I can't remember their team name anymore, but Craig from Cardboard Creations, I think it is.
Are you talking about Cody's team?
No, I'm talking about Craig's team. Craig is probably one of my good friends for this idea. So Trickstar Reincarnation, when we were at YCS Niagara, he said put this in your deck in your side deck at 1. I asked him why. Then I read the card. Banish your hand. I'm like, your opponent banishes their hand. I'm like, and they draw 5. They draw equal number of new cards. I'm like, this can help you with so many problems. For example, you go first. You set this face down. Your opponent draws a card. Okay, activate it. They banish their hand. Let's say they get rid of an Ash. They get rid of a Droll. They're getting rid of hand traps. They're getting rid of cards that they need. They could be getting rid of pieces that they really need. So you just end up just blowing them out of the water.
Pretty much. So, yeah, I can see why that... Maybe I should play one of those.
It's a fun card, but it's not for every deck. All right, now Draco only has one true combo, and that's his Flood the Field.
Yeah. All right, guys. For those of you who want to learn how to play Draco and want to learn something new, pay very close attention to this video. And guys, I forgot to mention this at the beginning. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Keep all your... Please, guys, let us know what you guys think of this deck profile. Let us know what you guys think of this combo that John's about to show you.
Oh, I'm not going to show combos.
And
I'm just
just...
show basic hand.
Yeah, and just comment down below. Let's get into it.
Basic hand. I just shuffle my deck.
Yep.
This is my basic hand. Already, I have 4 combos I can do. I can start off by just going 1, set,
Yep.
Activate the diagram, as long as they don't destroy it.
There you go.
Diagram. Gets rid of the Majesty Maiden.
Yep.
Let's bring our good friend Dynamite Knight to my hand.
All right.
Now, since I did that, I usually end turn, and then I would, on their turn,
Yep.
activate True King's Return.
Here, I'll cut.
Yeah, go ahead, cut. True King's Return. As soon as you get True King's Return out, and it's on your opponent's side of the on your opponent's turn, activate its first effect.
Yep.
That comes to defense.
Okay.
Activate second effect. Tribute to summon Dynamite Knight. Now that you summoned out Dynamite Knight and you pop this, since they don't have any monsters, you end your you wait, let them go their turn.
Yep.
Yeah, activate any effects. You immediately go Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2.
Okay.
Now they have to. Now if they Chain Link, they try to negate Chain Link 1 or Chain Link 2. If they Chain Link 2 negate, you're getting rid of the Majesty Maiden.
Yeah.
Automatically, now you have this guy, so you can bring out the Apocalypse, which allows you to then special summon out Ignis Heat, and it allows you to pop a monster.
Sounds
Because
good.
the effect of Dynamite Knight is you get to activate a trap card, or you can either activate it from your deck or bring it to your hand. Normally, you would activate it from the deck, so then you can instantly just go, oh, Dynamite Knight, pop it.
Yeah.
Dynamite Knight's effect is from your deck to your hand or to the field, you can activate a spell card. A continuous spell card is True Draco.
Makes sense.
Of course, Majesty Man, we all know, is just to bring out your other monsters.
For those of you guys, for those of you other True Draco players that do think this should come back to 3, please comment down below and let me know your reason why you want it at 3, and let me know if what is your opinion on the next TCG ban list as well.
Yep. And that's basically how the combo works. If you don't open with diagram, you do not need any cards that let you search for field spells. You do not need them in your deck.
Terraforming is one of them.
That's the only one.
That's the only field searching spell I know of, actually.
That is one of the field searching spells, but you don't need it because ultimately you can get to your cards. How you do it, it's kind of a more convoluted way. You have to basically deck thin.
Yeah.
And by deck thinning, you're basically just getting rid of cards until you get to it. At the same time, you could end up pulling out cards like... Good answer would be Mystic Mind. You pull that out on your... if you pull that out in your first hand instead of diagram like I did, which was a nutty pull for a change, you can just literally go like that and have Inspector Board on the field. Now with your...
And you practically win at that point.
At that point, if let's say I have this in my hand and these are in my deck still, so we know that we have True King's Return on the field.
Yep.
We have Mystic Mind. We have Inspector Border. Your opponent has to not summon anything. So that means they just keep gaining cards in their hand. As soon as they summon one monster, that now has a counter of it gets destroyed at the end of your turn.
Yep.
But if they try to go full combo, you're literally sitting there going, okay, now you have no effects, now you can't do this, now you can't do that. You're basically shutting them off.
Pretty much.
The only added effect that I like to having Mystic Mind in the deck is that as soon as you see your opponent start going for their combos, you can literally go, okay, I'm going to activate this and chain to your combo. Okay, they do that. You then pop it, special summon out your Draco monster, and pop their next combo piece. It's your way of basically getting rid of those, again, problematic cards.
Yep.
Or those combo pieces that they need.
Sounds good.
And that is Draco 2021, boys and girls.
All right, John, thank you so much for this deck profile today, buddy. I much appreciate it. Guys, please don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Comment down in the description below on what you guys thought of, on your thoughts of the deck. I would like to give a huge shout out to my boy John for this amazing deck profile today and this tutorial for the deck. Guys, True Draco is still amazing. For those of you haters that don't like True Draco, I'm sorry, but True Draco is still an amazing deck. With all that being said,
for a reason.
There you go. With all that being said, guys, hold on, guys. I'm gonna turn the camera towards me now. With all that being said, guys, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. Help me make this channel grow strong. And there will be more Yu-Gi-Oh content coming your way. There will be a new Cyber Dragon deck profile coming to the channel. Unfortunately, I had some nicks, I guess you can say, with my old video for my Cybers, so I took that down. So I will be bringing you guys a new one. And with all that being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.